Hi everybody, how are you doing? I've been busy since I left my full-time employment and I've been traveling and it's been quite a joy just to relax, clear my head and I've been to Hong Kong, Shenzhen, you've seen a video on that. Been to Bangkok again and then I just got back from Vietnam where we went to Hanoi and then we went to Halong Bay. So if you've not followed me on Facebook, I'll put a link below to my Facebook post. Let me read you one of the story that I wrote. The title of this Facebook post is called Money Laundering. Let me read to you. The afternoon unfolded with a smorgasbord of activities on the V Spirit. One option was kayaking, a prospect that filled some of us with adventurous glee. Well, not me, but more on that later. You could either paddle yourself or be chauffeured around the designated frolicking area in a traditional wooden boat. At 3:30 p.m., a gaggle of eager kayakers, myself included, grudgingly, piled into a smaller boat and set off towards a bustling area. It seemed all the cruisers in the vicinity had subcontracted their afternoon entertainment to this one central kayak and wooden boat company. Quite an organized affair, if a tad impersonal. The kayaking itself wasn't exactly heart-pounding. The emerald green sea shimmered under a blanket of heavy clouds, creating a surprisingly pleasant atmosphere. The calm water offered a stark contrast to the scorching Hanoi sun we'd left behind. Now, here's where my inner gremlin decided to make an appearance, my ADHD and OCD tag team, to convince me the kayak was taking on water, a situation that demanded immediate intervention. Alas, lacking a bucket or sponge, I resorted to a rather unorthodox method, using a wet wipe from my pocket to meticulously soak and dry the offending puddles. Rinse and repeat hundreds of times. While Yipeng valiantly rolled us forward, I was consumed by this bizarre ritual of soak, squeeze. Needless to say, Yipeng wasn't exactly thrilled when she discovered my self-appointed task. But hey, 27 years of marriage has honed my ability to disarm her with a very cheeky grin. As we paddled around, the multilingual signs caught my eye. Most spotted both Vietnamese and English, but one word stood out: danger. It was written as Nguy Hiểm, which, believe it or not, is exactly how you'd say it in Hokkien. Curiosity piqued, I confirmed the pronunciation with Bobby, our guide, and sure enough, it mirrored the Hokkien intonation perfectly. These little linguistic germs are what truly sparked joy on my travels, a testament to my lifelong fascination with languages. Now back on board the V-Spirit, a rather embarrassing truth dawned on me. My pants and, more importantly, my wallet, complete with Singapore dollars and Vietnamese dong, had become thoroughly soaked during my kayaking crusade. Silly me. Now faced with the delightful task of laundering my currency, washing, rinsing, and finally a makeshift drying rack on the bed. A sight I've captured for your amusement, dear listener, that being the true meaning of money laundering. So I hope you enjoyed that photo montage with my description of money laundering. I hope that put a chuckle and a smile on your face. Anyway, I'm thinking of writing a new book. It'll be called Hanoi and maybe Halong Bay in ink. But first, I have to illustrate the book. And I'm thinking, well, like always, when you travel, you should think about the culture of the place and do a bit of research. And clearly, some of the icons of Vietnam are very obvious. For example, the street vendor where they pushed their bicycle, or they are riding their bicycle with, stuff to sell, both in front and at the back. They are very acrobatic. I must say that some of these setup are humongous, baskets in front. I'm not sure how they see the road, and sometimes humongous basket at the back, all on two wheels, usually man-powered, otherwise it'll be motorcycles. And of course, you will find most of them wear the traditional conical hat, the one I've drawn right here. And I probably should just draw that separately as an icon of Vietnam as well, because the conical hat, you can buy them for like $1.50 US on the street. Maybe sometimes if you don't bargain, you might pay about $3. But anyway, it's not that expensive, and you should try to support the local economy when you're here. Not always bargain down to the bare bones. Leave some for the locals. But it's interesting to see and note that people do wear them as a day to day. It does protect them against the rain, the elements, and very hot sun. When we were there, it was roughly around 38 to 41 Celsius, and it was really, really hot. And that's just almost unbearable if you like. But we were hiding in cafes, getting our coffee, to cold drinks, and so on. And anyway, it was a lovely 10 days or so, 11 days that I spent in Hanoi. And how long? The next icon is a very simple icon of a lone star, yellow lone star on red backdrop. It's, I think, one of the most simplest flag there is, easy icon to recognize, the Vietnamese flag. And I think you can't not draw coffee, because I must say that Hanoi coffee impressed me quite a bit. They come in Teck espresso style, but they have their drip coffee, which is the one I'm drawing here, and the metal container on top where they drip the coffee down to the glass at the bottom indicate a very strong, flavorful coffee. But I don't normally drink espresso. I'm more of a cappuccino type person, so I find that the amount of coffee insufficient, just purely from the amount, but it's strong enough, so the caffeine that I get was definitely good enough for my awakening in the morning, and also for the second dose. I normally have 2 cups a day. And the next icon is the map of Vietnam. It is a very long, elongated north-south sort of geography. So the weather changes quite a bit from the north to the south, and even the food differ quite a fair bit. I've been to Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon if you like, many times in the past, sometimes for work. I've been there for pleasure as well. But Hanoi was my first time, and I must say that the food was a little bit different. How much different? Well, there are difference in the way the flavor and the way they cook it, but it does feel different, or at least I can't describe it really well, but the taste bud tells me they're different. And finally, the icon of lanterns, 2 round lanterns, and usually it comes in red, orange, yellow sort of combinations, and it lit up the street. It's very Asian, and therefore it's easy to put down as the Vietnamese icon, although you could pass it for many of the other Asian countries as well. Those 6 icons will do. I'll find a way to scan them and maybe litter them in my new book as illustrative elements to the book. I think it will focus more on the story, this book, with some of the sketches thrown in as fun stuff that I illustrated myself. Anyway, let's color this. I'll put up a speed up video here, and if you like, I'll put a photo of these icons. You can copy it to your sketchbook, or look up on Google, on the internet, for your own version of different icons, and you can make up yourself your own travel to Vietnam if you like, or any other city or country of your choice. Trying desperately not to be too strict and regimented, I try to use my own rule of sketching loosely. In other words, I try not to sketch all the way to the line, and also to splatter a little bit here and there, but I'm conscious that I'm gonna make it as illustrations for my book, so I can't be too loose where it's hard to scan and then cut out the elements. It will look a bit like stickers, and I intend to use them separately, and not just in one page, but really just to cut it out and then maybe litter them, somewhere as part of the illustrations for the book that I'm gonna write. So let's see. I mean, this is coming together nicely. I'm trying to be as simple and illustrative as possible. Dropping in pretty much yellow, red, and a tiny bit of blue for complement. And I think that's about it. And not going to be too fast. And actually, I hope you have a good day wherever you are. This is pretty much the end of the video for this round, and I will see you soon in the next one. And have a good day and stay safe wherever you are. Bye for now. This is We Take out.